What's going on, my soccer parents? It's Bali over here with Soccer Parent Life, just checking in here. And I just wanted to make this video because some insight was given to me in the DMs. Like everything happens in the DMs, but I just thought it was fascinating. And I wanted to make this video to respect the player and the game, man. I was like, dude, I'm making this just to just give respect for the hustle, bro. Because you know, I need to do something different, man. Because some of y'all are just, yeah, you got to respect the game. So let's talk about this club. Now, this isn't unique. I've seen this. I've heard of this before, but it's the first time I actually take the time to like look into it. Like actually look into it. It was basically like hand fed to me because so I didn't really, don't give me too much credit. But I found it interesting that I was like, damn, I did look these websites up and I did connect the dots. And I was like, damn, I- I'm in the wrong business, bro. All right. So we're going to talk about this club out here. This is out in Arizona. It's Real Salt Lake, the Arizona kind of chapter, I guess you could say. So you know how they have those contracts where you have a club in another state that or another area that represents an MLS team, or basically that's what it is. So this is one of those clubs, and I went on here, and then I was like, okay, cool. So they were talking about this specific upcoming tournament that's called the New Year's Futures Cup. And I was like, okay, cool, no big deal. But then I was like, well, who's kind of like hosting that? And it is this company here. It's called Cobalt Sports Holdings .com. That's their website. So it was like, okay, cool. So I'm like, so they're hosting. Okay, so this is the tournament. This is the club. But then what they let me, what they told me is like, look a little deeper. So you got to go to the about, kind of like when you're doing research online and you look into the early history. So about, no, actually contact, I think it's contact us. I think it is. Where is it? About contact us. And I was told, check this out. So this gentleman right here, Mr. Irwin right here. So this guy is the executive director of this club. So I'm assuming, obviously, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming this person gets compensated pretty well to be the executive director of this club. Because from what I understand, it's a pretty big club out in Arizona. So he's doing pretty good for himself there, right? So you guys pay to play for this club. You pay your fees. Obviously, the fees are pretty big because you got to fund all these people. I'm sure these are not volunteers. So this gentleman right here is doing his thing right here. Shout out to him. But then let's look at Cobalt Holdings. Let's look at about, I think it's in there about us. No, this is when they tell you like blah, blah, blah. Contact. Oh, there we go. Mr. Irwin right here. So that's interesting. So you got a club, head dude for the club, creates a company, runs tournaments, and then let's take a look at this. Now, I went through every single one of these, and some of them weren't so bad. You know, you got a team from Real Salt Lake, Arizona here and there. Not too bad. So if you want to look through these, you can actually go to their website and look through all these. There's some that are not too bad. You know, it's like typical. You expect maybe one team from the club, so on and so forth. But some of them were pretty bad. Now, some of these, I mean, U8, it's probably hard to get teams at that age, right? So you click on it and it's all this Real Salt Lake teams, right? So it's basically you're paid to join. I'm sure these teams paid, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, but I am willing to bet a lot of basically a lot of money that these teams all paid to be a part of this tournament, and they're all basically inter club scrimmages that they're paying for because they already paid the fees to play there, right? So that one was pretty bad, but I'm like, well, you know what? I give them an excuse. UA girls, dude, they get a pass on that one. But now let's look at some of these other ones that I thought were pretty bad. So, well, that's not one of them. Hold on, let me put, where's my list? Oh, I wanted to show the worst one. Let me show the worst one. Look at this, y'all. Now there's some other ones here, but this was the one that caught my eye. So if you're a U13 girls team from Real, now I mean these are all the same club, right? I mean, this has got to be a huge club because they probably have teams everywhere. But I mean, you can literally set up these scrimmages and save your parents and your players money just setting up for scrimmages. I mean, technically you do that at any time, but these are all inter club scrimmages, man. So I'm sitting there tripping out. I'm just like, man. So you run a club, make good money doing that, set up your company, set up tournaments, fill them with teams from your club, and then you just double dip, bruh. I can't even hate. I can't even hate, bro. That's brilliant. Now this is not unique. I've heard of this before, but it's just the first time I actually took the time to like look into it and be like, what? So shout out to this gentleman here, Mr. Brent Irwin. Shout out to you, my man. That is how you do it, man. You make some good business moves there. You get paid to run it. You double dip by setting up tournaments and basically just making that money, bro. But I have mixed feelings because on one on one side, parents are really struggling, man. There's some of you guys that are doing very well financially, and respect to you guys. Obviously you work hard and to make it to that place to where you just don't worry about finances, and good for you, man. Much respect to you guys. But I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about the rest of us, which includes me. I'm doing a little better now, but for the entire time that my kids played, we struggled financially to make it, and it was really paycheck to paycheck. Credit cards to pay for gas and travels and stuff, making it happen. So I mean, I'm not going to play a violin for that. That was a choice that we made. You didn't have to do that. But I'm just saying that that's what we're doing. And then meanwhile, you got folks over here double dipping. So although I give him respect and props for just being smart and making it happen, on the flip side, I also question us parents. Like, man, I'm sure some of this stuff went on where I contributed to stuff like this, where people are just making a business out of it, making mad money. But this was wrong with the game, though. It becomes about generating revenue. It's strictly business, and this is at the youth level, y'all. This is not pros. These are not pros. These are kids. But it's so lucrative financially in America to run these businesses. I'm sure if Mr. Irwin invited me to his house, he lives in a really nice house. Yeah, drives a really nice car, has a really nice bank account, and maybe I just need to maybe adopt that mindset. You know what I mean? Like a part of me is just being like, damn, like I don't have hate in my heart to hate on someone doing good, but I do think about the families that struggle. I do think about the people because I just I talk to people a lot, and I do think of the average person that's struggling right now. That's a lot of us live paycheck to paycheck. You want to make this happen for your kid, but can we like balance? Can we do good business, make money, and still try to help people out? Not double dip so much like that. Maybe give them let the teams from your club play maybe at a discounted rate, like 50%, maybe free. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm sure the reason why you have this kind of stuff going on is because maybe if you can't fill a bracket, you bring in some teams, maybe they do get discounts. I hope they get discounts. I really do. But I wanted to go over this just so that you guys could trip out because I don't think that, this isn't new. This is just one thing that was kind of spoon fed to me and I was tripping out. And I wanted to kind of talk about it. And I was just tripping out. So much respect to this gentleman, but I wanted to toss it over to you guys. I'm probably going to put this on the YouTube account, and then you guys can go ahead and conversate about it. Maybe I'll put it on the Instagram, and then let you guys kind of talk about what you guys think. Because I'm really interested in what you guys think, because part of me wants to just hit them with a salute. Good job. Like, hey, man, I can't hate. And another part of me just thinks that this is part of the problem. So I have kind of mixed feelings, y'all, but I'm going to pass it over to you guys and hear what y'all think. To the next one.